Hey guys, what's going on? DreamReaver23 here, and today we're going to be starting off a new little series that's going to be more of tutorial based, kind of helping you guys out with a game called Gnomoria. Gnomoria is a game that is very similar to Towns, and I know a lot of people have checked out my Towns tutorials here on the channel. It's a really interesting game. It's similar, but it's not the same as Towns. A lot of people always say, well, it's just like Towns. It's not. There's a lot of different mechanics that go into playing Gnomoria. So we are going to get this started off, though. I do want to make this to where it's pretty fluid and efficient going into the system. There will be parts that I speed up just because it kind of can go slow at some points in times. But we are going to be setting this up with some custom settings. To go into the custom settings, all I have to do is go to Advanced and start up a new game. We are going to make this pretty flat. I do like to have a flatter area because it's for my OCD side. And we're going to make it smooth. We're going to make this a large map. The reason why I'm doing this for two reasons. One, it's a bit easier to work with whenever you have a flatter map because things like farms and stuff like that, pastures, you need those to be in a flat area. And it's can save you time. We are still going to keep the enemies on so you can see the pain in the buns that the enemies can be. We'll keep them just the same. The metal depth the same, metal amount. We're going to call this Famine Spy the Kind Kingdom. The Dream Kingdom. And by the way, I just saw the trailer for Maleficent, the new Disney film, and it looks really freaking good, actually. So the Dream Kingdom, you can preview the land, what it's going to look like by clicking right here. And so you can see it's going to be pretty flat. There is going to be water around in the areas, and I think right over here is going to be a pretty good area to work with. Because it's already got a good area cleared out, so we can clear that out a little bit more. So let's go ahead and generate this area, and you can see the kingdom seed right there is 19406148999. I will actually have that pasted down in the tutorial, or down in the description if you guys want to use this exact seed that I'm on, so that way you can have the same exact layout of the land. So, we're going to click generate, and one more time, 19406148999 is the kingdom seed. So we're going to go ahead and click generate, and I will be back as soon as this starts right up. Alright guys, it is wrapping up right here, and so we are going to pop back in. It does take a little bit. This only took about 45 seconds, but it does take a while to generate these maps because it's going and setting up all of the metals and the waters and everything like that throughout the whole entire map. Some different things to know about this game is that it's not a Minecraft clone. It's not even really a Towns clone. It's an isometric design game, and it's really cool and interesting. I like what they've done with the art style and everything like that, the view for it. But one thing that's also really cool to note is that you can go up pretty high, but then you can also go down. And you can see up at the top left-hand corner, you can go up 25 is the height max. But then if you go down, we can keep cruising on down. 102 is the lowest point in the map. That's a pretty big thing. In Towns, I believe it's like 30, 36, something like that. It's not super far. So we are going to find that spot that we saw, which actually I think we're right in that area. Yeah. Right here is the area we were talking about using. It's got a good amount of fruit and everything like that available here pretty quick. So, and it's got a lot of stuff already cleared out. Now, I do things a little bit differently than a lot of people. I've been told this quite a few times. But I do things differently because I find them to where, in my head, they work out easier. Which that's actually a pretty good area right here too. Alright, I think we are actually going to go for this area right here. It seems like it's going to be a smoother area to get to. Less water directly around. Which the water can be very helpful and beneficial whenever you're trying to get started because you don't want to run out of drinks too quickly, but this one has a large amount of oranges and strawberries, or I said that in opposite order. Strawberries, or apples, I'm sorry, and oranges. You have trees, you have plenty of fruit right around here. It is close to the edge of the map, which typically I don't like to do, but I think it'll work out pretty smoothly. So, what we're going to do, the game is still paused. It starts off paused and everything like that. You can see that we start off with 64 food, 128 drink. The food is not a really big deal because we can go and harvest these oranges and apples and strawberries, and so we can get the food back. But drink is very important, and so we're going to go and get this set up as quickly as possible so that we can get started making drinks. I like to keep almost everything of mine underground. And so what we're going to end up doing is coming right over here, and right off the bat we're going to start removing the floor right here. I think this is going to be the spot. 3 by 3. Actually, I'm going to do like I did yesterday. A 3 by 6 area. Alright, they're going to start doing that. While they're starting to do that, right, we're going to get these guys, which I like that guy's got a mohawk, that's pretty sweet. We're going to get our other workers going, and so we're going to get them set up for agriculture. They are going to take clippings from these orange trees. When you take clippings, so in agriculture, I should point that out too. You have a couple different screens, and we'll start this from the get-go. You have your terrain trees tab, which will give you mining is same level that you're on. Dig is obviously dig down underneath you. Remove floor, remove ramp, replace wall, replace floor, and fill hole. Whenever you click inside these, you have different things. So dig hole, dig stairs down, dig ramp down, right? On agriculture, the agriculture screen, which is the second tag, and you can hit these by hitting 2, and you can use your number pads as well, your numbers up on top as well to control these. So when you go to agriculture, you have farm, which is basically assigning and making a farm, an underground farm, a pasture, a grove, plant trees, which is just to plant regular trees and everything like that, fell trees, take clippings, and forage. Now we're going to start off from this side. A farm is only available on the surface. You have to have direct sunlight coming down. Farms are good for cotton, strawberries, wheat, grapes, and I think something else. I think that's it, actually. Underground farms are set up, which is number 2, is set up for mushrooms. Right now, mushrooms is the only thing that you can grow with underground farms. Mushrooms can be used in tea, and you can be using them for food as well. The only way to get mushroom seeds is to actually get them from a vendor. Merchant coming through. Pastures is where you set up for just basically a farm. It's a pasture, so you set up for yaks. What's the other things? A yak, I can't remember. Then you also have groves. Groves are where you, like a orange grove or an apple grove kind of thing. You can also make birch groves to where you can actually get birch trees to where you can just harvest the wood instead of having to go out further and further and further away. Now, whenever it comes to fell trees, take clippings, and forage, we're going to start off on the other side. Forage just goes and forages for fruit. That'll also cover things on the ground and things in the forest right here. So this orange grove, I can go and forage, and they're going to just grab the oranges. Take clippings is actually how you get the, I guess, seeds, if you want to think about that, to start growing an orange grove. So if you wanted to go through and take clippings, it's gonna harvest the fruit on the trees, and it's also gonna take clippings from the trees so that you can plant those and get an orange grove. And then fail trees is cutting them down completely. If you fail trees, you don't take clippings, and those orange groves won't grow back. You won't have anything to grow them back. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, forage also works on the bushes on the ground. So this right here is a wild strawberry plant, and this one is a wild cotton plant. Those you do need to forage to get those. So, other things on here, you have number 3, which is build. You can build workshops, and this is actually how you kind of set up your crude workbenches and sawmills and carpenters. You can build mechanisms, and that's one thing that's a huge difference between this and towns. I'm not saying I like either one better. I like both of them. They're both wonderful games. But mechanisms is a pretty cool operation because you can have different things that you can take out enemies and stuff like that with, and also make it to where your base is a little bit more secure. Furniture. You can build furniture with wood floors, beds, frames, da-da-da-da-da-da. Storage is how you go through and make extra storage for your stockpiles. Crates, barrels, and bags are different things that you can use to stockpile food and clippings and seeds and fruits and stuff like that, and drinks. You can also build terrain. This allows you to build like walls and floors and stairs up and down and ramps. I typically use stairs. I don't use ramps too often. I don't know. I just don't. You can designate areas such as stockpiles. Agriculture, this will link you right back to the agriculture screen, but it'll just give you the stuff that you can use in agriculture to designate, such as farms, underground farms, pastures and groves, dining room, personal quarters, different things along those lines. Deconstruct is obviously how you deconstruct a structure that you've built, and remove designation would be how you remove a designation from, say, a stockpile, and then cancel job. So right-clicking will automatically, if you have something in your hand like cancel job, but I don't want to have this in here, right-clicking will get that out of your inventory. You also have a, if you right-click anywhere on your screen, you'll be able to pull up the same menu that's down on the bottom, just up here. So a little contextual menu, which is pretty nice. 1 second, guys. All right, I'm back. I do apologize about that. I am fighting some seasonal allergies, and it's a pain in the buns. But that's going to give us a good overview. Now, whenever you start off, you do start off, and you got to look up top up here as well. Kingdom, this gives you the overall view of your kingdom, diplomacy, workshops, farms, pastures, rooms. So you can see all that at a quick glance, and it also gives you a total worth of your kingdom. And basically, the worth right now is available as based on your population. So the higher population, the more workshops, the farms, the pastures, and everything like that you have built. And also the types of materials that you're using to build those workshops and furniture and stuff like that will increase the value of your kingdom. Gnomes, you know, you're a gnome population, so you're trying to get more value. It's kind of like think dwarves, but gnomes. Your diplomacy and everything like that is it's basically that's where your merchants and everything will come into. Population will go through and assign right here. Oh, you can also, I missed one. Stocks. There we go. Shows you your food stock, your drink stock, weapons, armor, furniture, storage containers, and then it'll show you stockpiles and everything like that. So you can sort them out by there. Population shows you what you have. And this first, the overview will show you how many miners you have, masons, stonecutters, and all that other stuff, etc. You can give everybody a default uniform, setting up as plate mail if you want to. This right here is where you're going to spend a lot of time whenever you're working with new nomads, G-N-O-M-A-D-S, coming in. This is your population screen, and from here you can actually set it up to where you have Bunwallberry, and like you have your different people, and they have some of the best names. Bunwallberry, which is nice. Hugo, Seer, Zorl, Napoli, Jelly, Duispitaglist. What? Duispitaglist? I don't know, he's a rancher. But this right here is where you assign jobs to your builders, to your nomads, nomads. It's the easiest way to say it. Your gnomes. You can see what they're doing, where they're at, and you can click on them and move to them, and you'll actually be able to follow them around if you want to. So I have it to follow this one guy. I don't know. You can also go in your profession screen right here, and this is where you can create new professions, give them specific stuff, so you can make a class. It's like, lazy, good for nothing. And assign them nothing, and they will actually do nothing ever, ever, ever. You can also see your deceased and see what they had, how they died and everything like that. You have a military screen, and you can actually assign people to go into be different squads, so that whenever you are attacked by spiders or animals or goblins or skeletons, you can actually assign them to attack the enemies. Event screen shows different stuff. You can see what's going on with combat and recent events that have happened on there. And then help will give you basically the information that I told you about all this other stuff. And we're going to be going further in depth on. So, I know that's a lot of information to take in, but it's good information. It's well worth it. You want to definitely have a lot of this information so that you have a better understanding of the game from the get-go. We are going to work on getting some other stuff started off on this episode, so let's go ahead and get that taken care of. But I wanted to give you that overview so that from the future you know kind of what's going on and where I'm going at on the screen. And if you ever have questions about anything, just pause the video. I know I speak pretty fast sometimes, and we'll just try to get everything going smoothly. So one thing that we're going to start up doing is getting them to mine down this area right here. So we're going to actually get that started up. We're also going to, all of our other gnomes are sitting over here and just chilling out. We want them over here where all this stuff is going to be. So what we're going to start doing is going to agriculture, and we are going to first take clippings. So we can do a few things. One, get all these orange clippings, and two, we can get some more food available. But we also have to clear this area out quite a bit because we want to start using this area. So if you can see right there, I went through and I took clippings. That's going to get clippings from also the pines right over here and the oranges and anything else that's in this area right here. It's going to allow us to have those so where we can replant and make an orange grove and also grab the fruit. And so that'll be good to go. That will be taken care of, should be taken care of by our farmers because our woodcutters are not over there. So our farmers are going to be doing the foraging, and then once they kind of get done with a lot of that, we're going to take and just chop down those trees. We are going to take also, to get our woodcutters over in this area, we are going to chop down these trees. That's going to give us wood, and this is pine trees and birch trees. Birch is actually pretty valuable wood, and it's more valuable than pine. Birch is more valuable, and then on top of that is apple and orange wood. So that's kind of something to keep in mind whenever you're building a lot of things out there. So at this point in time, we have. Who the fuck are you? One of our miners. Okay, the miners are done with their work. We have our woodcutters over here. We have our farmers over here. Our builders and our rancher are still probably over here screwing around with something. We'll get them over here in a second. And what we're going to do to get them over here is we're going to first dig stairs down. One thing that I do like about this is that you can actually rotate objects in-game before you place them. So we're going to hit R, and that's going to rotate this and set these up. So this will make it, that's a 3x6. We're going to make this a 3x7. No, not that one. So you can see I have those placed right there. Once those dig down, then they'll, which this is actually for our miners. We're not even doing anything yet with our builders. But, go ahead, and we're also going to extend that out. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that, and I'm sorry, I'm sniffling like crazy. My allergies are killing me with the seasons changing. One thing to keep in mind is that you have to remove floors. In towns, you can just dig down and it digs down, no problem on here. On Nomoria, the way that I do this method is I remove floor, then I dig stairs down, then I mine out that layer that was under the floor. Basically, it's on the same level as the stairs. It's kind of a pain, but it works out. And a lot of people say, oh, well, you don't need to, you shouldn't, be taking out all these areas and clearing out all the space because you want to have a higher value for your kingdom and you're going to get the max out of it. I'm on a large map. I have plenty of ample opportunity to get a large kingdom built out. So, I don't know. It's not hurting you. Don't whine and complain about it. Alright, so as you can see now we are down one level. If you hit F, you can actually, just like in towns, if you hit Z, you can kind of flatten the area so you can see it on there. Also, if you hit E, you can actually make it to where it hides all the hidden area from you. But we'll keep it to where you can keep kind of see what's going on. I will use F quite often to flatten back. So when you see this happening, you're like, what's going on? What's he doing? That's me hitting F. Alright, so we are going to do a couple things. First, we're down our first layer. We want to bring this down until we're about levels -6. You can see right now we're at level -1. -6 is where you start to get a bit more stone. Level -7 is typically your stone layer, and that's where it will be predominantly stone through that layer. But below level -7 is where enemies really start coming around. At level -5, -6, -7, you'll start to also see caves, and you want to try to avoid those until you really get established in this game. So we're going to work on that right there. But right now we're going to go back and remove floor. So this is the method. This is the way I do it. Remove floor. Actually, no, I'm lying. Dig stairs down, right? 1, 2, 3. We're going to go 1 forward. 1, 2, 3. So it's going to dig those stairs. They're going to do that first off. While they're doing that, and make sure you always pause and unpause. You want to. Wait, what? Why are you guys just dropping down your mine pickaxes? Alright, so you mine the stairs down the next level, right? So you can see that it's right there. It's you know, in a path where they could actually walk down the damn stairs. Remove floor, and it's not going to let you go too far, but you're going to do it as a 3x6 on this one, or 3x5 on this one. So they grab that, they go and they start mining that. Boom, boom, boom. It's all good to go. So the floor is now mined. One of them's thirsty or whatever, so he's going to take off. So we went down one level, so you can see we're on level -2 now. Mine walls, and we're going to do the 3x5. So we're going to mine down the walls of the floor that we just took out. So it's floor on top, walls, and then that's the easiest way to think about it. Your blocks consist of a wall and then a floor on top of them. So apparently they're both thirsty and going to town. Alright, our woodcutters are finished, so we're actually going to get them to fell these trees. And this will make more sense why we're doing this in a little bit. Now some people might be saying, but Dream, why haven't you made a crude workshop yet? Well, the reason is because we need to get stone and timber before we can make a crude workshop. So you need wood and you need stone, but we have the wood, we don't have stone yet, and stone is further down. So that's why you're on this hunt, to find stone, so you can start building a lot of your workshops, your carpentry, and everything like that. And that's what we're setting up to do. Now they have finished, right here, our miners. So one thing we're gonna do is go back over here. We are going to dig stairs down. You can see, and always try to check to see where this is at. So you can see red, red, red. I know that's my 3. So you go one ahead and you click, click, click. They're gonna mine, or dig, I guess, out those things. And then we're gonna go to remove floor. That's a 4x3 this time. And then we're going to mine walls, and set that up as the 4x3. Easy peasy. So, same thing over again. Dig stairs down. 1, 2, 3. Remove floor. That's a 3x3 this time. Mine walls. And 3x3. So, I mean, it gets to a good rhythm, and it gets you down quickly into the ground. Also setting up things, since the doors and everything like this are 1 block, something to consider if you're OCD or CDO, however you want to say it, if CDO the proper way. If you're obsessive compulsive about making sure stuff works smoothly, then keep in mind that everything in here is 1 block for doors, and well, mainly for doors. And so if you have a odd number of spaces cleared out, so if you have a room and it's 9x9, then you can have a door right in the center, and it'll leave 4 on each side. And so it'll save you if you have a OCD type of mind frame. And sanity is always a good thing. A little bit of insanity never hurts. And I think we've all been able to see that in action. So, like I said, there might be other ways for you to do this method and still work out. In my head, this is the one that works out the smoothest for digging down and getting kind of set up and started. All right, that's about to be done. So we're gonna go back over to mine and mine wall. So you can see at this point in time, we're at -5. Like I said, we are gonna go to -6, and that's where we're gonna start off at. So, dig stairs down. This will be our last great dig. Remove floor, and then mine wall. So boom, we are level -6 right now. And all that we have up top is just a simple little area out here so you can kind of see. We will go ahead and start getting our pasture set up and start looking for stone and everything so we can start getting a crude workbench. But it's the end of the first day of spring, so as you can see, guys, there's a lot of stuff that you can get set up on here, and we won't make it to where it's just one day, but a lot of things that you're going to have to get set up. We're basically just getting started on this map. I will have a link down to the seed for this world down in the description so you guys can check it out. And that's going to be it for this episode, guys. Make sure you join me next time whenever we get set up with the pastures, get some of our farms set up, and find some stone, hopefully. Until then, I'm DreamReaver23 reminding you to game happy. And please, guys, if you like this video, if this video was helpful, or if you want to continue this series, go ahead and drop a like. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe. I'll see you all later. Bye, guys.